Hello, we're talking about the different skincare products and their uses. This is very important for you to know because you'll be able to recommend products for different skin types and different blemishes effectively. You would know what works for what. You would know exactly what product to use in a particular situation. You would know what product works for a particular skin type, whether it is oily, dry, normal, combination, pigmented, resistant, wrinkled, pigmented, whatever. You would know exactly what to use for daily general skincare and of course in treating any kind of blemish. We have different products. We have cleansers, toners, scrubs, moisturizers, sunscreen, hand cream, lip balm, and all of that. So you need to know what works for what, and this will make you to be very professional. Some people make mistakes. They make lots of mistakes. I give an example. They would recommend a sunburn treatment to treat dark eye circle. That will damage the skin the more. So when you know about all these products, you will know exactly when it should be used and how it should be used. So let's get started. First product to be looking at is a cleanser. Cleanser is what we use after taking a bath. Cleanser, because the cleanser does a much deeper work than a soap. A cleanser has the ability to take care of all the dirt on the skin and all the dirt accumulated underneath the skin, which most soaps can't do. So a cleanser is meant to be used after your soap. A cleanser is meant to be used by every skin type, whether you have oily, dry, whatever skin type you have, you must use a cleanser. Why? I tell people that nobody would eat with a dirty plate, and that means you would not apply the moisturizer, no matter how good it is, on a dirty skin. Your skin must first of all be cleansed, but just ensure that you are using the right cleanser for your skin type, and that means that you need to know the ingredients contained in that cleanser before using it so that you know whether it's good for your skin or not. So as a professional, you need to know the ingredients contained in different skincare products for you to be able to know whether it's good for oily, dry, or any kind of skin you're trying to help. Now we have different types of cleansers. We have liquid cleanser, and then we have a cream cleanser. Most people are not familiar with the cream cleanser. It looks like a cream. We're going to do that when we get to other models. It looks like a cream, but then it cleanses and it also moisturizes because it is emulsified. So this cleanser will do just what a liquid cleanser would do. So you can determine which one you want to give to that person depending on the person's need, whether you're looking at the person's skin type or you're looking at the blemish you're trying to treat for the person. Now, if the person has oily skin or if the person has a dry skin, to select the cleanser that has the right ingredients for our skin type, or the cleanser that has the right ingredients to help with the blemish the person is trying to work on. This is very important for you. Everybody needs a cleanser, no matter the skin type. I've heard some ladies say, or some people in general say, that they do not like a cleanser. Everybody needs it. So you need to educate them that cleanser is very important. Cleanser is just as good as taking a bath daily or even twice daily. It's very important. Even if you would not use the soap on your face, I tell people that a cleanser is far more important than a soap for the face. So that's very, very good for everyone to know. I repeat, ensure that you're giving the type that works for the person's skin type or whatever the person wants to treat. So you always need to consider the ingredients contained in the cleanser. And in case you're formulating for the person, you need to know what ingredients works for the blemish of the skin type. And remember, we've discussed the different skincare ingredients in earlier models, so you can go to study that the more to know how all those things will work together. So that is all for cleanser. The next product we're looking at is toner. Toner is used after a cleanser. Everyone that uses a cleanser must use a toner. Why? Because toner would take care of all the leftover cleanser on the face. And secondly, toner would help to tighten the pores in case you have large pores. So that is why toner can actually help to reduce the amount of oil that comes out on the outermost layer of the skin. So that means someone that has an oily skin needs a toner, someone that breaks out acne needs a toner. But remember, ensure that the toner you're recommending has the right ingredients for the person you're trying to help. And in case you're formulating, you use the right ingredients for the skin type you're trying to help. It's very, very important that the right ingredients are contained in that product for either the skin type or the blemish you're trying to work on. So it's either you use ingredients meant for dry skin, oily skin, or ingredient meant for a particular blemish. So if you're using a cleanser, toner is the next thing you're going to be using after the cleanser to tighten the pores, to take care of the leftover cleanser on the face as well. Toner can also contain ingredients that would do your skin a lot of good, that would supply or deliver nutrients to the skin. Remember, cleanser is always taken off completely, but then toner is left on the skin. So it is very good for your toner to have lots of beneficial ingredients because it is a leave-on product. And that means that your skin would benefit a lot from the ingredients in your toner. So that is why I ensure that my toners contain very, very beneficial ingredients. As a leave-on product, your skin should just keep feeding on this wonderful ingredients. So that is all about a toner. You need to ensure that it works for the person you're working on, whether based on the person's skin type or the blemish you're trying to work on. Yes, so the next is a makeup remover. I love makeup remover because it does, but nothing works like a makeup remover for me, because a very good makeup remover would dissolve the makeup ingredients and then lift it off the skin. Your cleanser or your toner may not be able to do this for you effectively. This is the reason some people break out every time, because they have leftover makeup ingredients on the face. The cleanser hasn't taken it off completely, the toner hasn't taken it off completely, and the soap hasn't taken it off completely. So they've been going to bed every single day with leftover makeup ingredients. So that is why I always recommend a makeup remover for makeup, people that wear makeup regularly. So before you even use your soap, makeup remover is the first thing you need to use. If you get back from work or from wherever, you should use a makeup remover to remove every makeup product on your face. Then you go on to use a cleanser and your toner. So makeup remover, that is what it does. So just ensure that in case you have a particular skin type that will act to some things, just ensure, go through the ingredients list to ensure that it doesn't have what your skin will act to. And in case you're formulating for different skin types, put into consideration the different skin types that we have, so that you don't have something that will be harming a particular skin type or something that would cause more damage on a particular skin type, Or if you're just going to make a makeup remover for everyone, the kind that can work for all skin type, then ensure that it has nothing too harsh, so that any skin type can use it, so that anybody that has the sensitive skin can also use it. You can also use anti-inflammatory ingredients, so that in case someone with a sensitive skin uses it, there will be no kind of reaction in it. I would also advise you use antioxidants in such makeup remover, just so to make it suitable for all skin type, because there is really no point in making a makeup remover for different skin types. For cleansers, I would advise you do that. For toner, I would advise you do that. But for a makeup remover, there is no need in making a makeup remover for different skin type. Just make one that would be suitable for all skin types. So that is that for a makeup remover. Okay, so the next is a scrub, an exfoliator, whatever you choose to call it. A scrub exfoliator, you can also call it an exfoliator. Now, scrub helps to remove dead skin cells from the skin, the outermost layer of the skin. So after using a scrub, you would have a softer skin, a smoother skin, and a brighter complexion. So a good scrub will do this to give you these three results at the end of the day. So scrub is good for every skin type, but just ensure that you use a scrub that is okay for your skin type. Know the skin you're trying to work on, and then know what the scrub contains, know the kind of scrub that could harm the skin. And you should also know how often the scrub should be used. So these are the things you need to let the person you're trying to help to know. So scrub with exfoliate is meant to be used 3 times in a week. It also does a much deeper work than a cleanser. A cleanser may not be exfoliating, except it is made to be an exfoliating type. So if it's an ordinary cleanser, then you must get a scrub that would do proper exfoliation for the skin. So whether the skin is oily, dry, or whatever skin type it is, you need to exfoliate, because at every point in time we have accumulated dead skin cells on the outermost layer of the skin, and these dead skin cells must be gotten rid of, and the only way to get this done is by exfoliating, by using a scrub. So that is what a scrub will do for you. So when you want to have a smoother skin, softer skin, you want to have a brighter complexion, then scrub is the way to go. But let me just let you know this. You need to know how the person, because we have different exfoliants that we use in making our scrubs. So this is why you need to know the person's skin very well, because some exfoliants can be too harsh or may be too harsh for a particular skin. So know the person that is about to use the scrub and know whether the exfoliant you've used will not harm or will be too harsh for the skin. This is very important. If the exfoliants are too harsh, it could cause the damage on the skin. If someone that has a very thin skin or someone that has a sensitive skin uses exfoliants that are harsh, it could turn the skin red. So you need to be very careful. Find out from the person trying to help what skin type the person is. In fact, as a professional, before recommending product to anybody, before formulating product for anybody, you must know the person's skin type. You must have adequate information about the person's skin. So that is all for a scrub. Okay, next is a moisturizer. Moisturizers are very, very important. Very, very important, like I always say about the cleanser. Moisturizers deliver moisture, they keep the skin ageless, youthful, they keep the skin supple. So after using anything, a moisturizer must be used, because from other products, the skin could lose some moisture to other products, a little or more. So it is very important that you rehydrate to supply the moisture back to the skin by using a moisturizer. It's very important. And because a moisturizer is a leave-on product, it is very important that you load your moisturizers with highly nutritious ingredients so that the skin can feed on them. So it's very, because it's a leave-on product, the skin feeds on it a lot, it stays on the skin. So the skin takes a lot of everything it needs from the moisturizer. So that is why moisturizers are very important. So the best product to put in all your ingredients, all your nutritious, high-performing ingredients, the best product to have all those things in, it's a moisturizer. Very, very important. And of course, we have different types of moisturizers. We have the body creams, the one you use from your shoulder downwards, and your facial moisturizer. Now, the reason for a facial moisturizer is because the facial skin behaves so differently from your skin from shoulder downwards. Of course, some very few people have the same skin type or same skin peculiarities from top to toe, but a lot of people have different skin reaction from the face than from shoulder downwards. So because of that, you need a moisturizer that will give the facial skin exactly what it needs. So that's the reason for a facial moisturizer. At times, what your body can take, your facial skin may not be able to tolerate. So this is the reason you need to give to your facial skin just what the facial skin needs. And then if you have an oily skin on the face, but then your shoulder downwards is not oily, that means you can't use the same kind of moisturizer from top to toe. A lot of people have different skin types from top to toe. Some have oily skin on the face and some have dry or normal skin from the shoulder downwards. So in that case, you need something that would work for different parts of your body, for your face and then for your shoulder downwards. It's very, very important. So then we have our hands and feet moisturizer, which is also very important. People that have dry skin, or most people actually have dry hands and feet. Lots of people, okay, maybe I shouldn't say most people, but lots of people have dry hands and feet. And even if you have a normal skin or you have an oily skin, the hands and feet tend to be drier at times, so you need something that will deliver extra moisture to those parts of your body, something that will keep those parts of the body ageless, supple, elastic, and that is what hands and feet moisturizer will do for that part of your body. And the people that usually complain of dark feet, other parts of the body are fair, but the feet and the hands just remain a bit darker than other parts of the body. In that case, those parts of the body need extra care, and that is the reason they need to use a moisturizer dedicated for those parts of the body. Hands and feet moisturizers usually contain very high performing ingredients because of the way those parts of the body behave. At times they can be darker, at times they can be drier, and at times they can just have some very peculiar skin reactions. So that's the reason for hands and feet moisturizer. And another reason why this is needed is because the hands do a lot. You wash with the hands come in contact with lots of ingredients that are not really friendly to the skin, like ingredients that we get from soaps we use in washing our plates, or the soap we use in washing our clothes. Most of these ingredients are not really friendly to the skin, so the hands need to be properly taken care of because the hands come in regular contact with all these ingredients. Another thing the hands come in contact with is hot water, which is not good for the skin. So that's the reason your hands need extra care. And at times we wash our hands several times in a day, maybe during cooking or washing our clothes or our plates, or even just after going to the toilet, or anytime, at different times we wash our hands at daytime, and each time the hands are washed, a certain amount of moisture is lost. So you need to give back that moisture by using a hand cream to keep the fingers looking supple, elastic, and very, very youthful. Then we'll talk about the eye cream. Eye cream is very, very important. I tell people that the eye circle is very delicate, so it needs extra care. And that is why some people have dark eye circle, some have very terrible dry skin around the eyes. So that is what an eye cream would do. And if the eye circle becomes darker than other parts of the face, or becomes drier than other parts of the face, wrinkles set in so quickly, and that can add years to someone's age. So this is why you need an eye cream to keep your eye circle looking smooth and wrinkles free. That's way people would never ever be able to guess your age, and that is what everybody wants, especially we ladies. We do not want people to know exactly how old we are, and you can get that to happen for you by taking very good care of your eye circle by using an eye rejuvenating cream. Then we have what is called sunscreen. Sunscreen is very important. Sunscreen is a moisturizer, but then the primary work it does is to protect the skin from the damaging effects of ultraviolet rays from the sun. So sunscreen have SPF, meaning sun protecting factor, and it has several abilities. You can have SPF 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, or even 50. And the higher the SPF level, the better the protection it delivers to the skin against the ultraviolet rays from the sun. So sunscreen is very important for those that get constantly exposed to sunlight. It should prevent the damaging effect of ultraviolet rays on the skin. So when you hear people complain about sunburn or darkening of the skin, and if they are the type that get exposed to sunlight a lot, they need to wear sunscreen at daytime. The sunscreen will be applied in the parts of the body not covered with clothes, and that way the skin can be protected. And if they're the type of people that stay under the sun for long hours, then they need to keep the sunscreen with them and reapply as often as they can. So sunscreen is good for everyone that gets exposed to sunlight and everyone that needs to prevent sunburn. Now, it is not only sunburn that you can get if you get exposed to sunlight. You can also get photoaging, but I find that people only talk about sunburn, but photoaging is another thing you get from overexposure to sunlight. And using sunscreen regularly will prevent all of the skin blemishes. So that is that for our moisturizer. So our moisturizer can either be your body cream, your facial moisturizer, your eye cream, your hands and feet cream, and your sunscreen. You could also have a night cream as a moisturizer that will be dedicated for use at night only. Now, night creams are usually very, very rich. It contains the most high performing ingredients. Why? Because at night the skin is so calm, no interruption, so the skin has enough time to take in all these rich ingredients. So that is why a night cream is also very, very important. Okay, yes, soaps are very, very good. Soaps do a lot of washing to the skin. Let me quickly let you know that we have different types of soaps. There are conditioning type, there's the cleansing type, there are soaps that would do an exact thing, soaps that are meant to do a particular thing on the skin. Some soaps can actually be exfoliating at the same time, so you need to know what kind of soap to recommend to someone or what kind of soap to make for someone, depending on the person's skin type and depending on what the person wants to achieve on his or her skin. If someone has a dry skin, it is good for the person to use a conditioning type of soap that would moisturize the soap as it is washing the skin. And if someone has excess oil in the skin, or the person is battling with recurrent acne or pimples as a result of excess oil in the skin, that the person needs a cleansing kind of soap that would cleanse the skin and reduce the excess oil and of course clear the acne and the recurring pimples the person has. Then the soap could also be exfoliating that would help to remove dead skin cells on the outermost layer of the skin. Then of course I need to let you know that we have different types of soap. We have the liquid type, and of course we have the bar soap. Whether it's a liquid or a bar soap, it still can condition and it still can cleanse depending on what it is made with. So always consider the skin type, always consider what treatment or what blemish you're about to treat, or whatever the person wants to achieve, to know what kind of soap to recommend to that person. But please, if the person has a dry skin, ensure that the skin is conditioned enough. Or if the person has an oily skin and the person is battling with anything like acne or pimples, then you need to know that it's a cleansing kind of soap you should recommend to that person. It's very important for you to know. Our soap can be a blessing to our skin, our soap can, because it is washing. And also, apart from washing with the soap also has the ability to deliver some kind of nutrients to the skin. Of course, it's not a leave-on product because it's always washed off, but then the little time is spent on the skin, it can actually do a lot of good to the skin. So ensure that your soaps are well and carefully formulated to do enough good to the skin. So that is what you need to know about the soap. Lip balm is another wonderful product. I personally love to use it because my lips are very dry and I use it to keep my lips moisturized. So for someone like me, lip balm is a must for such a person. And people that have very serious condition in their lips, lip balm is what they need to keep using to keep their lips hydrated, to keep their lips moisturized. It should go a long way to keep the lips really, really free and youthful. I know the makeup artists like to use lip balm or anything to just keep the lips moisturized before applying lipstick. They say that it makes lipstick application a lot easier, it makes it makes the lipstick application look more professional. And I understand that easily very well, because when the lips are properly moisturized, the lipstick glides on easily, and then it gives a very smooth and professional application look at the end of the day. But apart from that, for skincare sake, lip balm will deliver moisture on the lips, and even if you're exposed to very dry weather or dry atmosphere, whatever the weather you get exposed to, it will not affect your lips at all. I, as a person, whether the climate is dry or not, my lips are always dry, and at times I pick at it. So to prevent that from happening, I keep my lips moisturized by using my lip balm every time. I use it every time of the day. It's always by my bedside. Before going to bed, I use it. When I wake up in the morning and my lips are dry, I use it again. So you can formulate a very good lip balm, and the lip balm can do two things at the same time. It could moisturize the lips and at the same time be pigmented, so that usually in pink, for people that love such colors, you can make it pigmented into whatever color that you want, so that it doubles as a lip balm and a kind of lipstick at the same time. So they could use it to moisturize the lips and then add color to the lips at the same time. So that's for a lip balm. Now, in recommending products for different skin types, the very first thing you need to know when you come in contact with anybody is their skin type. You need to ask them, what skin type do you have? You also need to listen to them, how their skin behaves. You need to know what has been going on with them. You need to know what led to the blemish they have come to you for help for. You need to know exactly what has been going on with them. Always ask them, what is the skin type? What led to the skin blemish? What happened? Do you know the cause? Do you know what your skin is reacting to? Get enough information, because when you have all this information, you know exactly what to put together for them. You know what you recommend for them. You know what ingredients to use in formulating product for them. Whether it's you need to use a conditioning kind of soap for them, or you need to recommend a cleansing kind of soap, or you need to recommend for them a water-based moisturizer or an oil-based moisturizer. That will give you enough information to help the person. Never ever be in a hurry to recommend products to people. It is not good at all. It will always make you make a very big mistake at the end of the day. I'm sure you want people to use your products and come back to you again and refer more customers to you. If you want that to happen, be very patient with anybody that you come in contact with. Always ask questions. Now, if they can't tell you what skin type they have, you can help them determine the skin type they have by asking them questions. If you go back to study where we explained about the different skin types, you will be able to tell what skin type they have after asking them questions. Just ask them how the skin feels. Ask them what's the things you think they should expect, and just ask them different questions. From the answers they will give to you, you'll be able to tell what skin type they have and exactly what they're facing. And that's where you would know what to use in formulating, whether it's a cleanser or their creams or their soaps. You know exactly what to put together to make product for them, or what to recommend for them at any point in time. So it's very important. Always know that someone with an oily skin needs oil absorbing ingredients in their products. Someone with a dry skin needs things that would moisturize the skin in addition to clearing whatever blemish that they want to clear. Someone that has a pigmented skin needs something that will help treat the condition they have. Whether if it is darkening, they need something that will help to lighten the skin. Someone with a sensitive skin needs things that would prevent any kind of negative reaction, whether it is redness or inflammations or anything like that. So you need to know what ingredients to use that would calm the skin and prevent any kind of negative reaction as a result of using your products. So be very careful, be very patient. In skincare, what matters the most is knowing the skin type. That's the first thing you need to know. I can never ever overemphasize this topic. So I encourage you to give enough attention to this. Now, if you have any question, you can drop a question. I would certainly answer your question. So I'll see you in the next class. Bye for now.